570 day of Russian aggression. Strait of Ukraine, the situation at the front. Today, there are numerous significant updates coming from the Eastern Front. To start, it has been officially confirmed that the village of Klishchiivka has been liberated by the Ukrainians. The Ukrainian fighters from the 5th Assault Brigade, 80th Airmobile Brigade, and the Light Assault Brigade hoisted the Ukrainian flag over the village, declaring the end of their clearing operation. They announced that no Russian forces remained in the village. The battle for Klishchiivka had persisted for an extended period, even after the Ukrainians had taken full control of all major fortifications and the hills surrounding the village. When analyzing the topographic map, one can observe that the village is situated in the lowlands. Despite this, Russian commanders kept pushing their reserves into what seemed to be an inevitable death zone, likely out of fear of repercussions from their high command, due to the sheer number of Russian casualties just from artillery and other attacks. Ukrainian assault groups moving from Ivanivsky reportedly could detect the scent of the village from several kilometers away. There were earlier reports suggesting that the Russian 72nd Brigade had been completely wiped out in this direction. This news, circulated by Ukrainian fighters, stirred a lot of discussions in the Russian media space. While mainstream Russian media outlets denied these claims, some lesser-known analysts and individual Russian fighters with platforms have confirmed it. Indeed, the former commander of the 72nd Brigade, Roman Venovitin, has publicly verified this information. He tried reaching out to everyone he knew from the brigade, but no one responded. He also verified the deaths of 2 battalion commanders from the brigade. Additionally, today the Ukrainians eliminated the commander of the 31st Airborne Brigade, who was sent as reinforcement to the region. This unfortunate event for the Russians was publicly confirmed by the commander of the Vostok Battalion, Alexander Khodakovsky. Recently, geolocated footage from the region has been released. It depicts the last remaining Russian forces, who had abandoned their positions near Klishchiivka, attempting to flee from the Ukrainian assault. Unfortunately for these Russian units, they were spotted by a Ukrainian drone operator and subsequently targeted by Ukrainian artillery. Another piece of geolocated footage showed how Ukrainians spotted a Russian tank situated behind a railway embankment close to Klishchiivka. The tank was swiftly neutralized before it could get into position and engage. Today, fighters from the Ukrainian 3rd Assault Brigade also released a video, confirming their complete control over the village of Andriivka. The battle for this village was particularly intense, resulting in significant destruction, which is why open-air clearing operations took a considerable amount of time. Towards the end of the battle, several Russian units were cornered by the Ukrainians and chose to surrender. The Ukrainians assured them of medical care, sustenance, and the possibility of a prisoner exchange in the near future. These Russian forces dropped their weapons and prepared for evacuation to the Ukrainian side. However, in a sudden twist, a Ukrainian drone captured footage of Russian artillery firing upon their own surrendering troops. It appears that, instead of targeting the nearby Ukrainian forces, the Russians chose to focus on what they saw as traitors within their ranks. Ukrainian drone operators later identified those Russians who refused to surrender and fled, targeting them with kamikaze drones. Currently, Ukrainian forces are making advances on Russian positions situated along the tree lines by the railway embankment to the north and east of Klishchiivka. This movement is in preparation for an eventual assault on the next village in line, Opitny. Additionally, there are reports of Ukrainians initiating reconnaissance in force operations in the direction of Kurdyamivka, which could possibly be the next primary axis for the Ukrainian advance.